I help people find flow states through video games so they can apply flow state stuff to their lives and enjoy them more. We do this through video game challenges like No Loadouts, where we will be picking up everyone's guns and not coming into a loadout in Call of Duty. And today's lecture, which is another piece of it, will be on growth state versus fixed state. Because it's a very... Uh-oh. Hey, don't worry about me. Oh, thank you. Yes. Alright, pick it up. Oh, dang it. Elmo is pleased. Sad but funny at the same time. Oh shoot, I'm putting a bunch of numbers into chat because I'm using the hotkeys. Yeah, I'm not gonna land there. That little spot of the roof has a lot of weapons and stuff, so I want to land up there again. Whoop! Hey! No! Just leave. Just leave. Oh, okay. Just grab that. Just grab custom bolt and just. Okay, I'll just leave then. All right. Show. All right, we have a sniper today. Ooh, thank yous. All right. I'll just take whatever that is. Thank you. Car 98K unlocked or upgraded. Nice. Those explosions are nearby, but nothing I think I have to worry about. Maybe I take that back. That was pretty close. Ooh, Psychov pistol's been a lot of fun, but I think I'm gonna stick with these. Shoot. They just did better. We were close, I can see that, but they just did better. Alright, my extreme bias that one talking is full of shit. I don't just listen, I hear you. Thank you, Stadia. I take that as I explain things in a way that click, or register, or gel, or make sense. I try to do that. I try to do it in a way that is understandable. Oh, please don't shoot me, stranger. Alright, what are we using? I don't know what this is. Thanks for the money, everyone. I'll just grab that too. Actually, we'll take that Tundra sniper rifle thing. I appreciate that, Stadia. That's kind of you to say. I think it's oh, person to our left. Hey, person. Uh-oh. Oh, nice. Alright, to our left, I see. Okay. Down, up, out. Okay, they're gonna pop just over this, so let me throw this overhead. That would have been so cool of a kill. Enemy UAV overhead. Oh, shoot. Alright, I'm gonna see if I can deposit. Oh, no! I'm gonna see if I can deposit what we have. We're in top 10. We might actually pull this one off this time. I'm adding to the data blanks. Data blanks. Data banks. Not depleting. I'm glad to hear that I'm adding. I'm a net positive. That sounds actually like an extremely kind thing to say to someone. You're a net positive in my life. What's up, Dreams? It's nice to see you. Alright, I was looking for a balloon. Exactly. That kill would have been so cool. What kill specifically? Oh, if I ran around them and that, like, back and forth thing? Yes, that would have been really cool. Alright, throwing that down. Putting some cash in. Okay. Guard our friend for a second. This is someone else's gun? It's something really fun about using other people's guns, because, you know, someone thought through the process of this particular setup. Like, this is gonna be good or bad or whatever. Alright, if we could find another balloon, that would be tight. Because we're in a really good position right now for this to actually be a successful run. There's a car over there, too. Do I want to use that? No, I don't. Alright, 7 kills. Where's the deposit spot? There's a bank here. I think that's going to be the best thing that we have for the short term. It's just grabbing another bank and dropping some money in that way. We're in 10th place, which isn't great, but it's a good sign. Yeah, you know what? We can do this, and we can pick up just some of the cash that's like laying around out here. Pop this here. Oh, it's right there. Okay. Cash deposit balloon. Cool. We're still in 10th with what we have here. A little bit. Oh, shoot. A balloon is right there. I should have done that. They just switched cars. Woof. Spooky. Alright. They had a balloon right there, but that's fine. Put in the cash. Check this for more. They have another balloon right there, so I'm fine with doing a quick look-see looks. I'll take that. Alright, balloons off. Let's head back into the fray. Is that that's making the noises? I hear things talking to us. Yeah, head back to the fray. We're in a good spot for this. We might want to do Storage Town even. Oh shoot, okay. I think Storage Town's gonna be the way to do this. This could be the one where we get the 10 and 10. We're at 265, close to top 10. We have 7 kills. We have 4 minutes. That's a very doable set of numbers. That's a tree. That's a very tree. Alright, there's a car. Or, we're the car. I meant that's a player. Alright. Oh. I knew that would happen, but I decided killing people in cars wasn't going to necessarily be in the spirit. And I died. But we deposited all our money. So this is a very safe environment. But we need to find a spot where we can get some of the shooty bang bangs from other players. Nice. Oh, no. Oh, okay, well, this is what we're going to use. Ooh. What is this? That was insane. This is what they're using? I'm using crossbows and they get like a laser beam? Alright. We're in 10th place, 8 kills. We should pick up their money. I'm gonna grab this. Still in top 10. We need 2 more kills. We have 2 minutes and 44 seconds to do so. An armor box is gonna be great for this process. More cash, please. Thank you. Cluster strike. I'm just going to add this to the hecticness. So someone might just hit it. Alright. Oh, I almost hit myself with that. Not my most elite of plays. Alright, someone's on the roof. There they are up top. I see them. Oh, shoot. Throw that up there? Oh, maybe that'll do. Dang it. Okay. Alright, we're in 9th. 157 on us, so we want to try to stay alive to the best of our ability. Like most things. Alright. Is that person there? Is it visible? Oh, shoot. 134. We still need 2 kills. Bunch in front of us. bunch in front of us. Here we go. Oh, come on. If we get a kill, we should get something nice here. Alright, that's 1. That's 2. Okay, that's our 10 right there. We're in 5th place with what we have too. You gonna jump around this? Nope, another person's on that side. Alright, we might die from this. I don't know where we are in placement now. We have 12 kills. We're in the time is chatting down. See you later, Stadia. It was good to have you here. We're in 8th place. 10 kills. Alright, 9th place. I'm just gonna go looking for money. We're just a money-hungry person now. And we're gonna do it in the safer ways. Just picking up cash from these. Picking up other people's stuff. Alright, we're still in 9th. Lecture in chat, check your DMs. Will do, will do. Alright, we got a balloon, because that's just nice. UAV. How we doing? 9th place. We did it! So, today's lecture is going to be on one that is something that's a little bit more personal to me, because I'm working on it at this time. And this is involving not just the loadout challenge, which is what we are doing today, but it's also in conversations about growth versus fixed state. The loadout challenge, right, is a challenge today where we're trying to get 10 kills, top 10 in plunder, and we're trying to do this in a way with a weird challenge to do it. But if we fail, let's say I get 9 out of 10, or what we were doing a couple times where we were actually failing it, a fixed state mindset is saying that, well, you were 1 kill away, but you still failed. And a growth state mindset would be like, oh, you got 9 out of 10, you're 90% there. Now, this is important to talk about because in a lot of perspectives of our society, a lot of things are presented as a fixed state. Let's say, for example, we had the challenge, 9 out of 10, still lost. If you got an 80% on a test, you got a B, but if you got a 79%, you got a C. At least when you're in the United States. I don't know specifically how the A, B, C, D, F grading system changes if you're in the UK or in other places, but the idea is that fixed state looks at the completed thing that you said you were going to do, while growth state looks at the gradient of how close something got to. Now, this is something that I think is really important to talk about, because in a case of something like a flow state, a challenge where you succeed or fail is actually very useful, increasing the challenge of what you're doing. So we're creating an arbitrary 10 and 10 thing because it sounds good, and also it's hard, but that makes it so it increases our stuff so it matches up with the skill level. So the idea here is that when we're hitting the skill level of whatever we're doing, that challenge makes it more fun. If I didn't have that challenge, maybe the whole thing would be boring, right? Because there wasn't as much there. So fixed state is very valuable for that. It increases stakes where we almost get there, and that's great. It's pretty bad and not very useful, though, if you're actually talking about something like personal development. Let's say me as a player trying to succeed at this challenge of becoming, I don't know, the best plunder player or whatnot. If I was looking at it as that I failed, and I failed, and I failed, well, that's really ineffective for helping me become a better player. If I'm looking at it, I'm like, oh, I got 9 out of 10 that time, what was the thing? What was the 1% thing that I needed to change? In that case, the 10% thing I needed to change. And that is very useful in regards to even outside of that. Let's go back to the idea of grading. In the real world, a 79% to an 80% is not that big of a difference, but it is going to be a really big difference when someone's like looking at grades overall. Or I see Dreamsbreaker, you mentioned from 1 to 10. Yeah, so like a 9 to an 8 might not be that big of a difference, but it's going to have a different effect when you're looking at the actual grading report. So one of the examples that I talked about for this is when I worked with Monolith Productions, right when I got hired, I was just as good as I was before I applied, right? Like I was making videos and stuff for a couple years before I actually went to try to become a Monolith Productions, community specialist of live streaming. When they hired me, I didn't get better. I wasn't a smarter, better player. I just had external validation saying, yes, you have the skill sets that we need. yeah, I got some perks and stuff to it, but I didn't become a better person. But if I had failed at that, if they had hired someone else who was more skilled than I was, I would have still been at the same level, but lacking that external validation. Fixed state would look at that and say, I would have failed that. I was a failure. Growth state would have said, you're the same. You made it. Like, nothing changed there. How could you have been better is the only really other question that would have existed with that. So that's something that is really important to me, because it's something where when we're talking about things related to, the actual flow state stuff, it's very useful at times to do fixed state challenges, but it can also be extremely damning if you use it in a way that isn't necessarily going to help you, right? Like, if I keep failing a challenge, and it will make the anxiety increase, because I'm like, I'm almost there, and you can choke because you're more worried about it. But if you're in the growth state mindset, you lower the challenge down, and then it makes it into something that is more of a learning experience. Because again, in reality, 79% is not that different from 80, in the same way that a 7 isn't that far away from an 8. So for me, I was talking about this earlier, where I'm like trying to go back to the dentist because it's been more than 6 months and it's been COVID, and there's a reason why I haven't been doing that, but I'm kind of like still emotionally trying to get myself to set an appointment and go. A fixed state mindset is the mindset that would say, well, GameFlow, you're failing at this. You as an adult are struggling to go to the dentist. Good job. A growth state mindset would say, hey, you had a really tough time. Have you gotten closer to doing it today? Like, are you emotionally just feeling a little bit more comfortable with the concept? That's a very different way to look at it, and a lot more valuable, because if someone was to say, like, give you the pep talk, is very different when you're at 89% than if you're at 79%, right? 79% versus 80%, right? Because that cross, yeah, that's the fixed moment. Okay, I'm calling now. But still in the development, you're now moving up from 70 to 89, or 70 to 79. There we go. Now it makes more sense. The major point here with me and with everyone with doing fixed state stuff versus growth state stuff is both of them can be valuable. Fixed state can be useful in regards to doing things with our flow state. Yes, you can increase the challenge. Growth state is really more useful for developing yourself, figuring out the way to do things for you. We're caring again about the idea that the 79% isn't that different from the 80%. We need to keep that in mind, or the 7 isn't that different than the 8. That's why you think about growth state, because even if you are a 7 and someone else is an 8, or even if someone else is a 7 and you're an 8, that's funny. P. If you're in that situation, that doesn't necessarily mean one is better than the other in those situations, right? That's the important thing. Apply growth state to yourself and others when you're trying to achieve something, when you're trying to work towards something. Use fixed state when you're trying to up the challenge for a flow state, just honestly for more fun. And I get it that people say we don't care about the method, we care about the results. But I don't necessarily agree with that, because sometimes if you only focus on the results, you will never get there, because you have to look at the method to look at the integral little pieces that build up to the eventual success. I've always used the phrase in climbing that you gotta get up on the wall and stay on first to get there, or actually more famously, a journey of 1,000,000 miles starts with a single step, but it also then has a million other steps. One of my favorite quotes from a book I've read recently was that the most important step in any progress is the next one. That's growth state versus fixed. Any questions? Either you got what you were looking for or you don't. There is not an almost a way to call it. I think that's actually, that was a part of what I talked about, kind of the other side of it. So in the case of, let me make sure I can explain this in a smarter way, if I'm not quite connecting with you yet. A fixed state would be the thing of like, you either get what you want or you don't. That thing, that's fixed. So that means like, there's either this or this, this or this. And in this case of like setting up a challenge for yourself, that can be useful for increasing challenges for flow states. It is the worst way to do it if you're thinking about self-development, which is more like you either got it, or you almost got it, or you almost got it, or you almost got it, or you were somewhere farther where you're like, you didn't really get it, but you were still more getting it than the other thing. A gradient is the growth state, and that's the one that's better for self-development. That's the one that's better for personal growth. That's the one that's better for 79% is super close to 80%. Even though one in the United States is a C and one in the United States is a B. Even though that's the case, they're still really close. That's growth mindset. But in the case of something like fixed mindset, they would say that that's a difference. And I'm saying that that difference is useful in flow state stuff sometimes, and growth state is important outside of it.